Is it more on the lines of like you know it's going to take some effort and it's going to be somewhat uncomfortable to do the emails?
Yeah.
Rather than like doing other stuff that's easy to do?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I think a lot of the times in these kind of situations, you just have to accept that it's going to be uncomfortable. And you realize that. And most of the time we wait until it's like everything else is like more uncomfortable, then we get to do that because it's less uncomfortable. Yeah. But still needs to get done. Hey,
Free advice.
Do you need some free advice?
Yeah.
Anything specific you need?
Yeah, I really don't know how to focus on getting done.
You really don't know how to focus on getting stuff done. Do you want to sit down for a second? So, is it okay if I film this? I'm kind of doing a trial run. So, you just kind of want to learn to focus on something. So,
I can't swear, right?
Huh?
I can't swear for this.
You can. I'm just going to bleep it out anyways. Give me an example. Where is it that you cannot focus?
So I have like 10 emails on my email list that are pinned, the stuff that is urgent or like relatively urgent that I really have to get doing, like get my visa for moving to a new country and stuff. And instead of this, I find a bunch of little things to do instead, like cleaning or something not urgent at all. And I'm just like stuck in this vicious circle of doing stuff.
So you're trying to get into doing something, but then you get distracted by something else and then you don't do it. Can I ask you a few questions? So when you're about to start doing these emails, is it a feeling of, like, what kind of a feeling is it that stops you from doing it actually?
That what if I have to do stuff which I do not have enough expertise to do? I still know that I have to do it in, I don't know, maybe in a month or so, like I'll be obligated to do it anyway, and I give myself more time to do research, to jump into it. So for example, I'm helping right now with a startup of my friends. So because I need some, I'm not like employed, but they need more people to do the research, the feasibility studies, which I can do, but I'm still not doing it. But I need to do it for my report of that I did something for EP.8.
Okay, so you clearly have things to do. Now the real question is like, why is it so hard for you to get doing them? Why is it that you choose to do something else rather than actually getting into that? And is it more on the lines of like you know it's going to take some effort and it's going to be somewhat uncomfortable to do the emails? Rather than like doing other stuff that's easy to do?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So I think a lot of the times in these kind of situations, you just have to accept that it's going to be uncomfortable. And you realize that. And most of the time we wait until it's like everything else is like more uncomfortable, then we get to do that because it's less uncomfortable. But still needs to get done. So I think it's something that you could do is just to tell yourself, to realize, you know what, it's going to be uncomfortable and I'm fine with that. And push yourself to do the uncomfortable thing. It's more like you make up, you agree with yourself, like, okay, I'm going to do something uncomfortable now, and that's going to be okay. Like, are you able to do uncomfortable things?
I'm constantly doing them, but then somehow I create a gradation of like least and most comfortable, and then I just, instead of having like bottom-up approach, I go top-down. And it's just unhealthy for like my own like mental health, because I start thinking that I'm such a procrastinator. I'm able to do this stuff. I just don't want to. Like I have education and I have skills and knowledge, but then I just put it on the shelf and like somehow do not get to the places where I'm supposed to be, because that would be new responsibilities and new like stages of life.
And it sounds like this is kind of like a wiring you have, that you make a list. Like when you have a task or two or three, you make a list of what's the least uncomfortable, you start with the least uncomfortable. So something that is like, I think a good way to break out of that is just kind of like go into it with more curiosity. Make it an experiment. It's like, what if you would start with the most uncomfortable one? What would happen? And just go in like, okay, I just want to see what happens if I go and do that. And like stay with the discomfort. Like what happens if I go and be uncomfortable and do this? Is the world gonna explode? Or like, usually there's some kind of like a fear behind the discomfort. Like that we struggle with.
Yeah, how it will directly affect me, but it's probably not. It's gonna bring better things. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get places.
Exactly, and it's in a way like you also already realize it's probably going to make you a lot more proud of yourself. It's going to make you happier, but it's just in the moment. It's just that little bit of an discomfort that's just you're going to regret anyways.
Yeah.
So, my advice for you is to make it an experiment. Just kind of like just see what happens. How does it feel to you, and does it make you feel good afterwards, and so forth. That's at least going to get you started with doing something. And if it's a good experience, it'll likely boost you to make another experiment to do the second email and the third email and so forth. Another thing you could do is maybe just take a block out of your day. It's like, okay, I'm not going to do anything else but that. Like, I'm not going to allow myself to do anything else. But I would imagine that the experiment might be a little bit better at this. Do you think it would work?
I think I have to add a curiosity part to whatever I'm doing. So, like on top of what I have to do, just add something else, something that I'm more interested in. Because in the end, I'm always like shuffling between things. Like I don't have like a specific strategy of getting stuff done. I have like this task, and I can go like this or like that. Like I'm not launching a rocket. I'm like driving a car there. So
exactly. And the thing is too, it's probably going to be boring, and that's probably why you're avoiding it in the first place.
Summer, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the beautiful day outside and all of that, and you have to be sitting in doing emails.
And then I'm going to watch John Wick instead.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess that's the thing. You know, you don't have to be curious about the task, but about how it makes you feel. And just kind of be observant of that. Obviously, don't start daydreaming too much. You have to do the work. But I guess maybe even journal it. You know, write down how you're feeling and like how'd it go, and make a record for yourself. Like, how was this experience for me? And then you can refer back to it if there's something positive, and you can kind of go back to it and say, you know what, this was actually made me feel really good getting it done. It was horrible at the moment, but I felt a lot better rather than procrastinating it and doing something else that was easier.
Yeah.
So another question is, are you going to do it?
Yeah.